All right, all right, all right. What's up? Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Um, this is Man Iron Khan. I want to thank y'all for joining me. What up, 1-2 kid? Hey man, I always appreciate your support, brother. I always appreciate your support. As usual, let me drop the link for you, sir. But anyway, man, I want to thank anybody who's gonna watch the. What's up, Tommy Temple? How you doing, man? Hey, Tommy Temple, you've been missing for a while. What's up? Where you been? I should see you on more lives. Tommy Temple, if you want to jump on, man. Here's the link. Just give me a second. All right, all right. Okay. All right. So as you can see by my link title, it says Deontay Wilder will not fight Anthony Joshua ever, ever, ever. And I say that because, you know, Deontay Wilder, 1-2 kid, what up?
Hey, what's going on, man? What's the topic?
All good, brother. But anyway, I just wanted to, just speak on this topic real quick because, you know, I was thinking about something. I saw, a lot of and I even spoke about some things about, Joshua saying he would KO Wilder in 6 and all that. And I don't think Deontay Wilder's ever gonna. Let me get Tommy Temper on. Tommy Temper, what it do?
What's good, Aaron Khan? What's good, 1-2 kid?
How you doing?
I don't think this man's ever gonna fight Anthony Joshua. I remember I was critical of Mr. Michael Montero some time ago, and I was watching a video of his, and because he does his little podcast and everything, and he was saying that the Joshua Wilder fight is gonna go just like how it went with Klitschko when Bermane Stavern was champion, and then Deontay Wilder became champion, and they're both with Don King or PBC, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he was saying that was not by chance. That was actually by design. They just did not do any business with Klitschko no matter what. And you got to remember, Bermane Stavern, when he was champ, didn't fight Klitschko. Wasn't even close to fighting Klitschko. They wasn't even entertaining that fight. When Wilder became champ, Shelly Finkel, Wilder is a baby, right?
Right.
And I keep wondering, why is Deontay Wilder now coming back with this ridiculous one name? What's up, Lisa Bales? Thank you very much for the support. I was, and I'm just wondering why they're still keeping up this charade that it's one name, one champion. And I say that because let me play a video. I love playing my videos and everything. Love that shit. Let me see if we can pull it up. Share the audio. I want y'all to listen to what Wilder had to say in this video. Here we go. Are y'all seeing it? Y'all seen the video?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So listen to Mr. Deontay Wilder. Wait, just give me a second because it's gonna echo. I have to change my my audio settings on StreamYard. StreamYard is goddamn. Just give me a second. All right, let me try it again. Share the audio. All right, here we go.
Unifying all the belts in 2020.
Say that
Do you
again.
plan on unifying all the belts in 2020 and be undisputed champion?
Well, we always have planned to have one champion, one face, one name. But as we know in life, things don't go as planned. So we do set our goals, and it is another plan that we set. It don't stop us from it, although it's planned. After this fight, I'm looking forward to the rematch with Fury. And then after I knock Fury out, I'm looking forward to the winner, Joshua Ruiz. Hopefully it's Ruiz, because if Joshua get it, I don't think it's going to be a unification bout. But Ruiz get it, being that we're in the same stable, it'll be an easier fight to make. It'll be one that people can say we finally had a unification in the heavyweight division, and it will be Deontay Wilder. Their hands is raised, and they say, and still, undefeated, unified heavyweight champion of the world, Deontay Wilder. America has a bad man in Deontay Wilder. I've been around for years.
But that's what he had to say, right?
Is these last past.
Right.
So we start off with that because, again, this is before the AJ Ruiz. This is before, right? And he's already saying, if AJ wins, the fight's not going to happen.
Right.
So I'm not understanding. So you can know, remember, he signed a fight with Tyson Fury. He signed a third fight before the second fight even happened. So he's pretty much cutting on all hopes that the AJ fight is ever going to happen. Now, explain to me how this man is going to make one face, one name. He's not going for that. We see Ruiz has lost the fight. So he has said the fight's not going to happen. Explain to me what's happening there, please.
It's separation. It's just if they say, because we know if Andy Ruiz won the championship, he probably wouldn't even had the rematch with Tyson Fury. He probably would have bypassed it, paid Tyson Fury's, some step aside money, and made the unification, because unification trumps mandatories. And I just feel that it's just a network thing. It's just a separation. It's just a brand, build the brand. They don't want to bring any fame to the zone, and they're just trying to build their brand. They're not concerned with legacy. It's that simple.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
So now we go. So sorry to cut you off, but I want you to also talk about this, because Mr. Andy Ruiz admitted that him and Deontay Wilder had already verbally agreed to a fight. Let me see if I can pull the article up, because I want to make sure y'all see. So here he is. And Ruiz says, yep, it's all arranged. Deontay's a good friend of mine. We talk on the telephone all the time. And he says it's all arranged.
So was that depending on whether or not Ruiz won the rematch?
Yes. So okay. Pretty much Ruiz and Wilder already agreed beforehand that they would unify the division. Wilder said in that video, again, yes, of course we're going to fight, but how is it possible? So AJ wins, the fight's not going to happen.
Well, they still might. They still might fight.
Who?
Andy Ruiz and Deontay Wilder.
Oh, no doubt. That's going to happen, because
they're stalling out that AJ fight.
There you go. Tommy, what's up, man? Yeah, go ahead.
I honestly think that all this time, the last couple of years, has been just a way to build up Wilder's name so that he can actually have a half-decent argument for asking for close to 50-50 or 50-50. I really think that's what the bottom line's about, just maximize the revenue potential.
It's a fact.
But the thing is, Wilder, only in the last maybe year, give or take, has his name or has his popularity actually started to take off. Now, the thing is, he was paid, what was it, reported 20 million for the Dominic Brazil fight, but the numbers just don't add up. So it's almost as if someone's had to put their hands in their pocket just to pay him that big amount. So now that he's established to be a boxer that's earning this amount, it kind of looks on paper, looks better that he can ask for a bigger chunk of change rather than being paid 1 or 2 or 3 million per fight.
But remember,
is it real though?
They only offered him that money because DAZN ran the price up.
I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, remember DAZN was going to offer him that money, and he, like, if DAZN didn't step in and say, look, we'll give you $20 million for that fight if you just sign on for the 2 Anthony Joshua fights. How much do you think he would have got for that fight? If they didn't step in. If DAZN didn't step, maybe 5. Maybe 5. So we go here after Ruiz has lost, and I want y'all to see what Wilder said, because I want y'all to see what he said, because this is important because Wilder's a very loud man, right? And he says, down here, I don't think we'll ever see a unification bout, the American said. We'll never see it. And I don't want people to get their hopes up on it because it will never happen. Is it me?
No.
I mean, I don't understand because I'm seeing people telling me still Anthony Joshua is avoiding Deontay. And this is not the first time he said some shit like this. This man said it'll never happen.
That's crazy. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's just a brand thing, man. That's what it is. You know, it's okay to have a different brand. It's okay to, you know what I mean, fight on a different network. But when you're avoiding the other monster on the other side and you're calling yourself a monster, I can't consider you a monster. You know what I mean? It's a competitive sport. They're supposed to compete with one another. And unfortunately, that's what we're kind of dealing with boxing. I did a video on it about closed doors, locked doors. And they're just bringing up more locked doors to avoid, you know, these big fights because their promoters are and the networks are telling them they want to build their brand. So that's what they're doing. They're building the network's brand. They're not concerned with building their own brand as long as these guys are paying them, even if it's not as much as if they combine and make it happen, which makes no sense to me whatsoever. You know,
I got you. But Tommy, how does it look that you have a man who's been champion since 2015? And I see the comments from Anthony Joshua saying what everybody else is saying, like you have 40 fights in. How is it you only have one belt? And you're still having this kind, like you're talking two-faced. One time it's, oh, you know, we had planned to be one face, one name. Now it's, you know, that'll never happen. And it'll never happen because a certain person has the belt. How does that look in terms of boxing? Because you have people still riding hard for Deontay Wilder. Is Tommy still there?
I'm not sure.
Oh shit! I didn't realize I was on mute. It's not a good look because at the end of the day, people like to make the comparison to Vitaly Klitschko, but Vitaly Klitschko never used that narrative.
Right. Are we talking about Vitaly Klitschko when his brother was champion, or Vitaly Klitschko when he fought Lennox?
No, the narrative as in Vitaly Klitschko's first 40 fights weren't all that. Let's just say that's the narrative that's used, and they like to bring parallels between his career and Wilder's career up until that point, so to speak.
Right, but as you said, I've never heard Vitaly, as you just said, never heard Vitaly Klitschko say no shit like that in my life.
No.
Fact, you know, he fought the other big dog, Lennox, so he fought him. So I'm wondering what's left in the heavyweight division, because if Wilder is saying the fight is never going to happen, what's left? Because, you know, if you know Anthony Joshua's fighting Kubrat Pulev next, and probably the winner of Usyk and whoever. So then, what fights are left?
Well, I think that they should just let them die on their side. Like, I mean, really, like just let them shoot themselves in the foot, because that's all they seem to be doing. And if that's what they want to do, then I mean, and they want to tear the sport apart that way, let them do it, and just go, hey, if you don't want to fight, eventually you're going to want to fight. So when you start, you know, they're gonna wind up begging for that fight. You know what I mean? When they, you know, it's just they're gonna run out of things to do over there, and people are just gonna get tired of it, and some people are gonna push it, and that's what they're doing. They're just pushing it. It's just a form of separation from Americans. They say, well, you're not American because you like this guy, or you're not supporting Americans, and it's like, man, this is a boxing, man. It's a sport. There's great fighters all over the world. They're called world champions for a reason. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's not just about where these guys are from. There's great American champions. You know what I'm saying? And there's guys that are willing to do it, and then there's guys that are willing to travel to prove themselves and put it on the line. And you could give that to Earl Spence, because he went over there and he came back with the championship. He was willing to bet on himself. But this guy don't want to bet on himself, and he just wants to push this brand. So be it. If you want to be single-handedly responsible for destroying the heavyweight division, go ahead and do it. But just know there's repercussions and there's a ripple effect, and that's what you're getting right now. You know.
Right.
Let me ask you guys a question. Has Wilder ever defended his belt outside the States?
No.
I thought so.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, and it doesn't make sense because the guy could fight, you know, and he's got the one-hitter quitter. And I mean, I think it has a lot to do with his promotion team telling him what to do. But it's a fact, man. It's a fact that he just doesn't want that fight to happen. I mean, they don't want that fight to happen, and he's going to be the scapegoat. That's it.
Well, I in terms of Deontay, right? Deontay, like if the clip I played just now from Ring Digital, right? He said something very interesting in there. I don't know if I don't know if I let it play long enough, but he said, you know, America has a very, you know, America should love me, right? He said in that clip, like, you know, his body of work over the last 2 years or the last few fights, America should love me. I think he's still insecure about it because America still hasn't taken to Deontay Wilder like that, right? He has a serious issue because, you know, people have made fun of him that America doesn't know him and all of this and all this. And in that clip, he still has that on his mind that America should love me. So it means that America doesn't really love Deontay Wilder. So where does he's 40 fights in. When does America start loving Deontay Wilder?
I think when he starts taking chances and is trying to fight for legacy. You know, when he does that, you know, more power to him. Win or lose, but he was willing to put it on the line to do so. You know, and I think that's what's missing in boxing today, especially in the heavyweight division. You know, I kind of seen it coming though when Tyson Fury came back. I was like, what? Kind of like the heavyweight division is a bit light in the butt. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, he could screw up everything. Like coming in, he can mess it all up, and he did. I mean, but that's the division. You know, one punch. You know, and you got a guy like that who can box, and then you got AJ. AJ's trying to be better. You know, he sacrificed the thing that got him to where he's at and made adjustments. And to do that tells me a lot about him and his mentality. And I think that Wilder should do the same. And I think he should take risks in the process. You know what I mean? I think he can make fights a lot easier on himself by upping his ante in his boxing skills. He does that, and you know what? He makes the fight so much easier, and he just wipes these guys out. Not just that, oh, I caught him in this round or I caught him in that round, and taking risks and just saying, I want to be the best. You know, there's great guys out there, and I want to prove the best by fighting the best. And that's what it's about. It's a competition. It's not, oh, well, this fight's going to be hard to make. And who talks like that? Like, these guys are athletes. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, you know, you got to talk to my promoter and all that. Don't nobody really want to hear that, man, no more. These guys used to call guys out to be the best, man, and they're not doing it like that no more. And that's the problem.
Yeah, and I also think that maybe this gets slightly overlooked. The American market when it comes to boxing is potentially huge, but it hasn't really woken up since who's the last American heavyweight champion before Wilder? And I don't mean Brian Simern. I mean someone legit. Was it Tyson?
Yeah,
Holyfield.
Yeah.
So the popularity of boxing in America when it comes to heavyweight boxing hasn't really come back to where it was, in my opinion. And I think that's one thing that they're trying to do, because if they get that done, then boxing is back.
Facts.
I hear you. But if this man is 40-something fights in, and you don't fight, okay, maybe he thinks the 2 fights with Tyson Fury is going to do that for him. Because they're projecting 2 million pay-per-view buys for the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight in February. 2 million. You understand me? they're not doing a press tour. They're piggybacking off of, I guess, college football and the Super Bowl, because that's what Bob Arum said. No press tour. I mean, we're gonna, the guys are gonna show up at the Super Bowl and all of this. 90 million people are gonna be watching and all of this. If they don't get the projected pay-per-view buys, what next? Because if you don't get it in the second fight, you're not gonna get it in the third fight. Because by the third, especially if the second fight isn't great, because Tyson Fury can stink out the joint and win the fight. And in my opinion, that's how he's going to win the fight. If Tyson Fury just stinks it out, makes it a technical fight, nobody's going to want to see the third fight. How does that help Deontay Wilder? He's betting on himself, he says, but I mean, if the second fight doesn't go how he wants, in terms of he either doesn't look great, even if he wins, but it's not a great fight, and the fight doesn't draw in the 2 million pay-per-view buys, where does that leave Deontay Wilder?
I think it. Sorry, go ahead, kid.
Oh, well, I think it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. I just feel like it's not a branch problem; it's a root problem. So, it's like it has to be put into perspective, man. He's got to want the biggest fights, and they're just going for what's the biggest fight outside of the biggest fight. That's the problem, man. That's just like, to me, it doesn't really matter. It really doesn't matter. I think it's just kind of a reach. They're trying to make it work. There's some good things about it because ESPN's involved now, so if it does go and what I'm saying, to the decision, it's a fair. He's going to get a fair shake probably this time. But I don't know, man. It's just a bit disappointing to me all the way around. It's just like, I don't know.
Let me ask you guys both a question. If the fight does, let's say, I don't know, 1.2, 1.3, that's still half decent, though, isn't it?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But will it do that?
I don't know, because Deontay Wilder just sold an alleged 275,000 by himself. So that would mean, and you're not doing that would mean then you're not doing a press tour. You're just relying on the fact that people are going to see these people on the Super Bowl weekend or whatever they're going to see them at, right? If it does 1.3 million, right, how much of that is due to Deontay Wilder? Because he's not bringing in any pay-per-views by himself. How much marketing? I mean, you got to do a lot of marketing to sell that. A lot. Right? So if it doesn't do, I'm asking, if it does not do that, and the fight isn't a great fight, right? And he still wins. Maybe it's like a sloppy fight and they just kind of give it to Wilder, a little home cooking or whatever. Should he bother going into the third fight, or should he really consider fighting Anthony Joshua? Because if the second fight's not great, the third fight is not going to be demanded.
Right.
Well, if Wilder wins, there's not really much need for, well, let's say he wins by knockout.
Yeah.
It's a nice, clear victory. But if it's a split decision, or if he loses a split decision, then there might be a push for it, because obviously he was the champion. But as the champion, if he wins and he wins conclusively, I don't think there'll be a third fight.
I certainly hope not.
You don't want to see a third fight?
No, I think it's just prolonged process to avoid the big fight. And I'm tired of letting fights marinate, and it doesn't usually work out in the end. Whether you say, AJ and Ruiz, what I'm saying, that could have messed everything up, and now you got look at Manny and Mayweather. For as successful as it was a dud fight, man.
It was a dud fight. Yeah. It was not. That was a real disappointment, bro.
And if you would have got it 2-3 years prior, what type of fight would that have been? You know what I'm saying? Whether Mayweather outboxed him or Manny caught him, like, it would have been so more dynamic. It would have been electric. It would have been exciting. But we didn't get that. You know, we didn't get that, and that was us as consumers getting screwed. And I'm afraid
Right.
that may be what's about to happen with AJ and Wilder. You
I
know,
don't. That's why I said these people. This man is not gonna fight Anthony Joshua because Anthony Joshua is now saying what he wants to fight Deontay Wilder in the UK, and we know he's not
yeah,
gonna travel.
I actually
yeah.
think that fight's a mistake to happen in the UK. Only from the
Okay, go ahead.
reason. No. Only from the reason that if it's in America, you'll get more revenue from people watching the pay-per-views. If you put it on in the UK, it's probably going to be in America, depending on your time. It's gonna be early. Some people still might be at work, that kind of thing. They might not be at home. It'll be at an inconvenient time for the Americans, I think, if it's
But man,
on in the UK.
but man, seriously, because
I mean,
the guy. Go ahead. One, two, good.
oh, I would say like even as good as this fight may be, well, it may be a great fight, you know, but I think what would have really helped out is if Wilder fought Dylan White in over the over the pond, because that's going to bring out everybody. He's going to make it more of a name for himself. It's going to build his brand on the other side of the pond, and I think he could win that fight. And I just don't see why they're avoiding it. Like I think that would have benefited him more in my eyes than fighting Tyson Fury again. And some people may not agree with me, but I mean, I think
No,
then at least he's showing some effort. You know what I mean?
no, I completely agree. I think when he was offered that 15 million to fight Dillian White, he was offered 8, he was offered 15, and he turned everything down. I don't understand. Like he doesn't ever negotiate. He just says no. So it has to be just somebody in the back just saying no. Say no. That's it. Because
I
he
think it's
doesn't.
Shelley Finkel.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
doesn't negotiate. He just says no. It's just flat no.
Yep. But do you remember when Shelley Finkel said, "Oh, we're going to knock AJ out, so there won't be any need for a rematch." Blah blah blah. Well, that sounds like a duck. If there's no need for a rematch, well then have the fight and let's see.
Exactly.
You're just telling us. But he was stating it like it was a fact and it was an opinion.
Right.
Right.
It's I in terms of having it in the UK in terms of pay-per-views, because Anthony Joshua is linked with the zone, right? And it doesn't seem like the money the zone can offer straight up as a guarantee. Fox cannot. Fox has to rely on the pay-per-view model to hope that they'll make that much money. The zone will just say, here, this belongs to you. Have this $40 million. Have this 80 something million, whatever. Have this money, right? When they went to Saudi Arabia, the guy for the zone, whatever is the weird looking guy with the hair, what is his name for the zone? Markowski, Markowski, right? He was asked before the fight, how do you feel about the fight going to Saudi Arabia? He's like, oh, it's not great for us because of the time difference, and we might not see the same, viewership in America because all of that. After the fight, Kugan Cassius asked him, well, how were the numbers? He said it was wonderful. They had, much better than expected. He said the numbers were excellent. He was surprised and all that. He said, like, yeah, the numbers were excellent, right? So if people want to see this fight, they're gonna watch this fight, right?
It's a fact.
They're gonna watch this fight. If this fight is in the UK, people can grumble all they want. They will watch this fight.
Exactly.
Right?
If it's what the people want, they're gonna watch it as long as you bring the cameras there. I don't care if it's in Alaska in an ice dome. They're gonna watch it. You know what I'm saying? No, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Never face Wilder. The zone is bankrupt, you clown. Oh, goodness gracious. The zone is bankrupt. Okay. Let me tell you something. Fox, I think they can afford to match the offer with the zone. I think they don't want to invest in it. I think that they just choose not to. They don't want to push it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to gamble on Wilder. So I don't know what he's talking about. I just feel like the zone is far from bankrupt.
Bro,
come on, man.
These people have been pushing that the zone is bankrupt shit since the zone first launched. They bankrupt. They're going out of business. Ladies, I haven't heard one fighter say,
Yeah,
I have my check has bounced. Not one fighter.
exactly. And they're dropping pallets of money on fucking AJ and
I'm not.
fucking and fucking Canelo. It's like, what are you talking about? They're bankrupt. Just they're
Mr.
fucking making
Pena,
it raining.
the
They're making
zone
it
does
rain
not
everywhere.
want to raise. The zone does not want to. That's Eddie Hearn talking. Eddie Hearn said that he thinks the zone should raise the monthly price to $50, not the yearly price of $100. He said he thinks if people want to like come in for the month just to see one card, pay $50. But they want you to spend $100 to stay for the year.
And why not?
Eddie
And
Hearn
why
does not own the zone.
and why not? I mean, you just paid what, $75 to watch Wilder fight?
To watch Wilder fight
Yeah.
old Luis Ortiz.
You paid for that, so why not pay $50 to watch another fight? It's still
Hey.
less than 75.
Hey, this got to be the brokest person in the world. Oh, they raised the price from $10 to $20. Then pay $100 for the year, dummy.
Well, wasn't the $10 that was like a promotional offer to get people interested?
Yeah, exactly. That was like I'm just coming into the market, so I got to do rock bottom prices.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You think they're going to stay at $10? Are you stupid?
So you buy it and you save crazy money. You get a year. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It's like what's the big problem with that? Be smart. Get the year membership. You know, it's just silly.
Hey yo, my mistake. What up, Little Red? My mistake. Bad manners on my behalf. But come on, bro. $100 for 12 months. What does that calculate? That's $8.33. $100. You're bitching about a monthly price. Why are you subscribing a month? Just get $100. That's it. Mm-hmm. You can't be this. In my opinion, if you're gonna do it month to month, they can charge you whatever they want. If they're saying, look, just pay me the $100, you get the whole year, everything. All you have to do is turn on your TV and the fight will be there.
And the zone don't just offer boxing.
Come on, man.
And not on top of that, they're literally they're investing in it. They're putting money in it.
Exactly. I can't even get the zone where I'm at. But it's like I'm not understanding, like, Americans, y'all have a service that's offering you these events, and you're bitching about $100 a year, not for a month, 1 year, 12 months. Turn on the TV, and all this content is there. Man, get off my fucking screen. Anyway,
how much was the pay-per-view for Wilder's last fight?
$75.
And that was one fight.
What do you mean? I mean, oh, here we go. They're coming in today, boy. They're mad, boy. Why call Ortiz old? How old is Klitschko, Povetkin, Pulev, and Dillian White, who just fought? Oh, my God. Want to get it?
Because Ortiz is old.
What's that?
Are these people following you?
Why would they be following me? Why would they be following me? I mean, I don't know if they're following me. And if they are following me, like, dislike, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I don't care. It says, why call Ortiz old? How old does Klitschko? Yeah, but Povetkin, Pulev, whack. Who Dillian White just fought? Well, he certainly didn't fight Wilder.
Exactly. Dillian White has been calling out Deontay Wilder. He don't want to fight Marius Wack, sir. He want to fight Deontay Wilder. You understand? Tell me why Deontay don't want to fight Dillian White. But as I was saying, Ortiz is old. How old is Klitschko? Klitschko is one of the greatest of all time. You understand? That man was in immaculate shape. He don't have high blood pressure, didn't get caught with PEDs, none of that. Why didn't Deontay Wilder fight Vladimir Klitschko? Oh, that's right, because he was a baby, according to Shelly Finkel. Didn't fight Povetkin, ran out of Moscow, then lost a court case against goddamn Povetkin in America.
Facts.
Pulev, I don't know how old Pulev is. Pulev is a mandatory, sir. Mandatory.
And they were fighting for titles. A lot of them.
A lot of them. Deontay Wilder didn't throw his hat in the ring to fight Vladimir Klitschko. Get out of here, man. Anyway,
unified champion. He would have been a unified champion.
So Deontay Wilder has said the fight's not gonna happen ever. How do y'all feel about that? And because I'm not gonna stay on too long after this, you know what I'm saying? But I need y'all opinions, y'all final comments. Deontay Wilder saying that fight will never happen.
I think sounds like a duck to me.
Yeah, sounds like BS to me, man. It's just like, oh man, it's like they're literally separating boxing, man, into different clubs, which is bullshit, Yep. So I mean, it's annoying to me. I mean, just go out and prove that you're the best. I mean, you'll make a lot of money doing it in the process. Then come back to the PBC and do whatever you want. But then you have all the rights. Then you're the big guy. You know what I'm saying? Then you're the top dog, man.
You've earned it.
Yes, you point blank, period. Why wouldn't you want to unify the belts? Because the guys on the other side of the street, like that shit's so old and it's so stupid. It's like, come on, man. What happened to the guys that said they want to fight the best, to be the best? You know what I'm saying? Now you're coming up with excuses why you're not going to do it. First, you want to unify all the titles, and now Andy Ruiz ain't got it, and you're not interested. That's a duck.
Yep.
That's a duck. Point blank, period. There ain't no way around it. And you know what I'm saying? There's no way around it whatsoever. He just blatantly ducked him. And that's the guy that you want to clamor to, well, then so be it, man. Do it, Do what you want. But I'm a boxing fan. And I want to see the best fight the best. And if they're not fighting the best, well, then that tells you everything you need to know. It's because he's no longer undefeated in my eyes.
Telling you. Tommy?
Yeah, just it sounds like a duck. And I'm even wondering whether or not Dillian Whyte will get his shot in 2020, if at all.
I don't think so. I think Dillian Whyte is in a lot of trouble. He's not going to get the because he took himself out of the WBO runnings or whatever happened in the WBC. He's just focusing on the WBC route, and it's going to be a problem for him. So
I think it was a good idea on his part to go through with it at the time, but it just didn't work out in his favor, unfortunately. It didn't work out in his favor. So, I see what he was trying to do, but it's just bad luck, I guess.
Hey, Tanaris Robinson, guess what, though? More people watch Anthony Joshua fight Andy Ruiz in Saudi Arabia on an off primetime slot in America than watch Deontay Wilder fight Luis Ortiz on prime time in America. Come on, bro. Stop. Shut up. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for joining me, man. It's good to have a little bit of support, and I really appreciate everything. Tommy Temple, good to see you back, man. And I want to kid as usual,
Absolutely. And thanks, Tommy Temper, for coming on. And I appreciate the support you give me also.
Of course.
Not a problem.
And that goes for both of you. Shout out to the UGC and everybody that's down with them at NBBC, everybody that's in the chat, haters and lovers alike.
Even Daniel Pena, even my man Tanaris Robinson.
Yeah, but you can drop these comments. You're not getting blocked, so
no problem. They can drop whatever comments they want, man.
Constructive criticism is welcome.
Oh, here's the last one. Joshua Ruiz was that's because it was a boxing match. You don't like boxing, sir. You're not a boxing fan.
That's because Ruiz didn't come in shape.
That ain't Joshua's problem.
That's not Joshua's problem. Joshua did what he wanted to do.
That's all that
was. That was all it was. You know what I'm
saying? Learn to watch boxing past one. Look at Leonard.
Can I just bring some relevance to that fight? Right? Do you remember when Lewis was knocked out by Oliver McCall?
Yes, sir.
Right. He didn't rematch Oliver McCall straight away, and in Lewis's next fight, he looked scared, tentative, and he got the win, but he looked terrible. Now you compare that performance to AJ's performance, considering that he'd just been beaten pillar to post. It showed it showed that he could come through the adversity, and the mental strength of it, I think, was quite impressive.
It was. And he went back to the drawing board, hopped back in the gym, got in boxing shape for the first time in a long time, and he worked on his skills. And you know, that's what Wilder should be doing. He should be doing that before that does happen to him. You know what I'm saying?
Sir.
He should be on his A game, and he should be wanting to fight the best. Why wouldn't you want to go snatch up them titles? Didn't they just say, tell AJ to vacate his titles and we'll fight him? What kind of dumb shit is that? That's probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. So that you can say, nah, I want 60-40. You ain't bringing nothing to the table. Is that not the dumbest thing you've ever heard? Yo, vacate all your titles for no apparent reason just to fight me.
And just wait.
The B side. To fight me, the B side, so I can be the A side. Come on,
fuck.
It just makes no fucking sense, man. None.
That's that Frank Warren logic. Hey, let me ask before I get off though. Tommy Temper, Tanaris, no problem, bro. I'm with you. No problem. You know, I really appreciate you, Tanaris. I hope you come back on and hit the like button. I appreciate that, bro. Don't worry about the little talk we got here, man. I appreciate you coming on and giving me support. You don't have to agree with everything I said. All right. So I'm saying, Tommy Temper, in terms of Frank Warren and his Daniel Dubois thing, is Frank Warren pushing Daniel Dubois into situations he doesn't need to be in? Because I'm hearing him calling out Dillian White and AJ and these people. Now, I understand you're trying to build your fighter's name, right? But what if one of these guys says yes?
It's gonna look bad because he's probably not gonna put him in there with him.
You tell me, Tommy Temper. Tommy, is Tommy gone, bro?
Yeah, he just took off.
Tommy said, "Fuck that, I'm gone." Hey yo. Anyway, 1-2 Kid. Yeah. Thank you again, brother.
No problem, man.
I want to thank the chat, Tanaris. Peace out, Daniel Pena. Peace out. Thank y'all for coming on, man. Thank you.
Absolutely,
Peace,
guys.
peace.
Later.
Yeah.